All right, guys, I've got a simple exercise and mobility stretch that you can do to help with sciatica. So a lot of stretches out there help to stretch the piriformis muscle, which helps to relieve the pressure of the muscle that's right by the sciatic nerve. And sometimes those exercises and stretches can be really difficult, especially if you're 60, 70, 80 years old. You know, they have you, putting one knee over the other and kind of contorting in some odd ways, and it can be challenging and sometimes even painful. So I've got a mobility exercise slash stretch that you can do that I call hip hurdles. And what it does is it helps to stretch and bring more mobility to the piriformis muscle along with other muscles in your hip to help relieve sciatic pain. So in this video, I want to teach you this simple mobility exercise. Hey, Coach Todd here with Feel Good Life. If you enjoy learning exercises and stretches for joint relief, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. We'd love to have you part of our community. But this exercise I want to teach you is called hip hurdles. And so again, it stretches out and strengthens the piriformis muscle, but in a very gentle way. So you can do it while standing. Here I am in Margaritaville. This is an RV camp outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So this is why we've got such a nice background. This is just a beautiful lake that we're on. But all you need is a chair. So go ahead, or you can do this by your counter, anything that you can kind of grab onto for balance. But I'm gonna pretend I've got sciatica in my right hip. So you're gonna wanna stand upright right next to your chair, and you can have the chair on your side or you could have it in front of you. As long as you've got some space in front of you, you're kind of off to the center. What you're gonna do is pretend there's a low hurdle. You've seen these track, these athletes, that was an acorn that just hit our grill. These track athletes that do these hurdles, right? And they bring their hip over high. This is essentially a mobility exercise that mimics that exercise. So what you're gonna do is again, to stand, shift your weight over to your left leg and bend your left knee just a little bit. You don't wanna keep your left knee straight. Just put a little bit of give in that knee, and then you're going to lift that right heel up and turn and lift your foot up. So you're gonna be swinging and bringing your right leg forward like this, but don't hit the hurdle. So I was just demonstrating this as a way not to do it. But you're gonna be bringing it up like this. So you're using your abductors in your hip to bring over, and you're bringing it over the hurdle. Now, what's slightly different than a normal hurdle exercise that an athlete would do is you're gonna be pointing your toes outward. So you're externally rotating your thigh and then pointing and touching the ground. So you're getting a full, essentially, rotation of your hip. So you're coming back over the hurdle and back down. And if you can, internally rotate that thigh as much as you can. So I'm just tapping the ground just like this, and then bringing the heel up again. And I'm not shifting my weight all the way over like this to get my hip up. I'm staying center and strong. My weight is on the left foot. If it's too much to keep all your weight on that left leg, then go ahead and take a break. Stretch it out. You can take a break in the middle. That's perfectly fine. You could, tap the ground like this, shift your weight over, stretch out that left hip again, or shake it out rather, then bring that right knee up. My toe is still pointed out, and then I start internally rotating it as I bring it back. So it's an internal and external rotation, and it's stretching out and bringing more mobility to the piriformis muscle, which is really important for battling sciatica and sciatic nerve pain. So try to do that at least 4 to 5 times, and you can do that a couple times a day. It's, again, a simple movement, but that mobility is going to be improving in that hip, especially the internal and external rotators. And you'll notice what you also do is you're bringing your thigh up, which is hip flexion, and then when you bring it back, it's hip extension. So you're getting an internal and external rotation of the hip, as well as a flexion and an extension of the hip. So you're really improving the mobility of the hip through all ranges of motion. And then you can switch to the other side. So just because you might not have sciatic nerve pain on your left side, go ahead and improve the hip mobility on your left side again. Again, this exercise is called hip hurdles. So you stand, shift your weight in that left leg and bring that heel up. You want to bring the leg up. Don't swing it forward, bring it up and over that hurdle and then tap it down. Then bring it down again. So this is strengthening the muscles on the other hip as well because you're using it as a isometric. So again, do that 4 to 5 times, do it slow and controlled, and over time you can improve that range of motion. Try to go a little bit further, and then you could even place an object that you could tap that's higher, and then place an object like a stool that you can tap behind you too. So you can do that while you're, if you're bold, you can do it at the grocery store while you're waiting in line. You could do that while you're brushing your teeth, making sure you're holding onto the counter or before bed or when you wake up. Just a general and really effective way to improve hip mobility to help battle sciatic pain without doing these weird contortions of the piriformis muscle like a lot of people suggest. So go ahead, try that. Let me know what you think. Post a comment with how that exercise is helping you with your hip mobility and battling sciatic nerve pain. So again, I'm Coach Todd with Feel Good Life and looking forward to have you part of the community. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We'd love to have you part of the Feel Good Life family, and I'll see you guys in the next video.